And the crazy thing was I had felt her presence a little bit before.
No
I just
way.
felt like her. I felt like a child around my legs and my ankles.
Wow. Oh,
and
I've got
she
goosebumps.
is that way.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Goosebumps.
So, very, very excited to welcome today's guest, an artist who I've actually loved for a really, really long time and connected with over the past year over our journeys through motherhood. So I'm really excited to welcome today onto our podcast, Charlotte Dos Santos. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on our show.
Yeah.
Is it a show? I didn't even know.
We can call it a
Do you call a
show.
podcast a show?
Yeah. No, it's lovely to be here.
Yeah, like I mentioned, yeah, I obviously listened to you for such a long time, but we connected on a WhatsApp group over a year ago now, I guess. And this is actually, I think this is actually the first time that we're talking in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I know, how funny. And yeah, obviously have connected on our journeys through motherhood. So
Motherhood, yeah.
it's nice to actually have a space today to talk to you with Sam about how it's all gone. So I guess we should start with how you're actually doing today. How's today gone for you?
Okay. Today, I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. Yeah. I had a little bit longer sleep today. We were just kind of doing the night weaning off the feeds at night. So now I feel like I can be a little bit more present because I've just been so sleep deprived for the past 11 months.
Yeah.
Because my baby girl is 11 months already. It's going so fast. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
That's actually what I was going to ask. I wasn't sure exactly how old Amma was yet, but she's 11 months now.
She's 11 months.
Wow.
Yeah. She's almost a year. I can't believe it's been a year already almost. But yeah, she's so much fun. I'm enjoying every moment. It's like she's become my best friend. You know, obviously I've spent so much time with her, which is also a privilege. Absolutely. You know, that I've gotten to spend so much time with her. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the journey, and how you integrated your work with it, and just all of it?
Yeah, that's the funny part. I really feel like I haven't even been able to integrate work, to be honest. I just feel like I've put it completely on pause. In the beginning, I think that I was, I had envisioned that maybe when she was about 5-6 months, I was gonna be, doing shows. Be completely back into it and be in the studio and, everything. And then, she was a very active baby, in my belly. She was always she was just constantly letting me know that hey, I'm here. So I kind of knew that she was going to be like a feisty one, like her mom and dad. Clearly I was okay, yeah, there's some life in this girl. And she decided to come 12 days late as well. So
12.
Yeah, I went 12
Whoa,
days.
you must have been so over it.
Yeah, I was very, 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 very ready. And then she came, and then she was a colic baby. So we had 3 months with that too.
Wow.
That changes things. That really changes your plans as well. It's the thing. You really don't know who you're gonna get. Yeah,
I know. And I kept telling myself okay, I know I can't plan anything. But I really couldn't plan anything at all. It's just been her. But I've had so many conversations with myself where I'm it's okay. It's so easy, as you both know, to feel the pressure of getting back into, society or getting back into work and getting, bouncing back or whatever you want to call it. So I've felt that major. But it took me I think I would say like it took me 6 months before I was like, okay, it's just gonna be Alma for now. It's just like I have to just
Yeah.
be okay with that. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Accepting the
and
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really admire you for that. Like, it takes so much courage because there is all this pressure for us to just like get straight back in because, you know, in our industries, I guess we have this fear that like we're going to be irrelevant or like something like that. But, and it's like, it's so not the case. Like people, fans, like,
Yeah.
everyone waits for us. And
They do,
yeah.
and it's like I feel so guilty. Like the amount of all the guilt is like the mom guilt, and then it's like the work guilt. It's like
Yeah.
I just felt like, oh shoot, I have people who have been there, like because you know with social media and stuff, it's like you recognize people's names when they've like been following you for years, and it's like I have some pretty loyal listeners that I love so much, but I just feel like I have not been able to give them what they deserve because
It's so
like,
crazy.
yeah.
Things feel like they're moving so slowly when you first become a parent, but like it's not that much time, you know, like 6 months is a
know, in the
really
grand
really
scheme,
short amount of time.
And you're never gonna get it back.
You're never going to get it back. And that I had the same conversations as you did as well. Like I was gigs booked in after 4 months, but then I was like, 4 months is such a short amount of time. And most women, you know, have a year or like 9 to 10 months maternity leave. Like we should afford ourselves the same grace and the same time to actually be with our children if that suits us or if that's what we need, you know. And really, like a year out of your life is nothing. It really is.
It's so true. And like I've had, you know, my partner, my husband, he's been like the most kind of like important voice that I've had around me, because even though it's like sometimes when you don't want to hear it, where it's like, yeah, it's okay, but it's only a year of your life, and it's just like it's easy for you to say like I'm the, you know, the milking cow, and like she needs me 100%, but it's so true. And it's like it's such a gentle, beautiful time to also, if you can, you know, take the time to just like slow down and relax. And I don't know how many hours I've just like sat on the floor with her and just like, this is my life now. So but now she's actually going to kindergarten next week.
Oh, her first day will be next week. How do you feel? That's such a big milestone. Like, how do you feel?
I feel really excited, to be honest. I feel really excited. I was really nervous for a while because I'm such a control freak, you know, as many of us moms are, especially when it comes to like her, you know, we put a lot of effort into, you know, making sure that she had the toys that we kind of like, you know, that were aligning with like what we were like feeling was right for her. And so this is kind of like a temporary stop before her main kindergarten next August, because here in Norway, it's like when you're born early in the year, you don't have a right to start kindergarten until the following fall, basically.
Oh.
So,
okay.
But you know, it's still a great, you know, thing here, because we, you know, kindergarten is really affordable. Everyone can afford kindergarten, and so we're very lucky in that sense. But she's going to a smaller kind of daycare kindergarten now, and then she'll transit next year. But I'm excited because she's such an active baby and very social. She's not scared of people at all. So I actually think it'll be good for her.
Yeah.
Also.
And is she walking now?
No, she's almost walking. She's like she's been pulling herself up since she was like 6 months. Yeah. But she's just kind of like still feeling it out and bouncing up and down and dancing, but she's not fully walking. Yeah.
But she gets around. She's okay. She knows.
She's very mobile. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's over there. She's everywhere.
That's so nice.
What are your plans for the next? Like, if she's starting, like, childcare, what are your plans? Like, you've got so much. You'll have so much time.
I know. I don't know what to do with my time now. No, I'm very excited. Actually, I have. You know, when I was pregnant with Alma, I started a project because I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna start now so that when you're self-employed, it's like we have to plan out so many things. So yeah, I started recording some music that I'm now gonna take back up and finish. So I'm getting a studio space again, and just gonna really dive into the project.
That's
Amazing.
Exciting.
That wasn't like you need to start.
No,
You should do whatever you want to do, but
yeah,
I didn't want that to be a loaded question.
No, not at all. I've just been super excited for it, really, because I feel like
that's good.
I don't know about you guys, but I felt really creative as well. Like you're exhausted, you're tired, and all these things, but I'm also just feeling so many like ideas, and I'm feeling the creativity kind of just like really want to come out. And for a while I was like, oh no, what if it goes away? Like what if I lose the creativity or something?
Yeah.
But it's very much still there. So I'm just excited to like now organize everything.
That's amazing.
Do you feel like creativity and motherhood are kind of linked in a way, or like is there some kind of intrinsic thing there, or do you think it's like it's just
there?
It just happens.
I feel honestly more creative now than during the pregnancy.
Wow.
Because I felt like everyone was like, oh, you must feel so creative now. And I was just like, I just want to sleep. Like, I literally didn't want to do anything. I was like, I don't want to be in the studio. I just want to sleep. My back hurts, all the things. So now, possibly, I guess, I've always thought of it that way, that, because it's such a huge, creation of life. So yeah.
I mean, I've always wondered that too, and I've never really had an answer, but I'm curious to know other people's perspectives on that. But
do you know what I was thinking about, and it kind of leads into what I was going to say about like identity. I feel like, and I don't know about you, but with this newfound identity that I've come to know, or who I am now, it's created a new avenue of creativity, or it's like a new
different.
It's so different, and that's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you think that your new identity is like informing the way that you're writing music and wanting to put things out into the world?
I think so. I still feel like I have to have that one full day of like, okay, now I'm back in the studio, now I'm gonna write something. How does that feel? Because up until now it's been like, oh, she's sleeping, okay, let me really quickly try. So I don't know, but I think that it feels different. At least the creativity, like in terms of what it used to feel like, I think it feels a little different.
Can you like explain that? Is it like a physical thing, or is it just like?
It's like a physical thing for me. It's like when you were a kid and you had butterflies in your stomach.
Oh,
that's kind of like what it feels like a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. To me, it feels like there's like
that's
something
so
like
beautiful.
Is that because you have Alma now, so you actually have someone and something to write about, which is like a different, the feeling we feel about our children.
Yes, but then again, I'm not like thinking, oh, I'm going to go in the studio and write all my songs about her either.
No,
you know what I mean?
But this new sense of like openness. Oh,
energy.
There's like a new part of me was like unlocked. So I feel like you can like pour that, that
I
new
think
part
that's
of
what
you.
It is.
Yeah.
There's this new, it's like a switch, right? Like it's like you're a different person. I'm not going to be the same person as I was before, and I don't want to be either. It's like I don't know, it's like once you go, you can't really go back. And I think that it feels a little bit more positive, I think, and also it feels a little less stressful. I think before Alma, I took like my career specifically is so serious. Like it was like life or death. It was like, oh my God, I cannot mess up or fuck up anything. And it was like, it was just like, I felt like, it was maybe not the most helpful energy.
A lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. That was just unnecessary and wasted. And, it's still a lot of pressure, but I just think that now I'm just like, now there's something bigger than me is maybe what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's such a relief. And I remember when I like became pregnant too, I was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to think about myself so much anymore. Like, I was so sick of myself. I was just like,
No, I can understand that. It's like, okay, I've got this life I'm caring for. Like there's
Yeah.
bigger things at play here, but still, it's
And
nice
also
to
the
feel that for
bravery.
yourself. Yeah, it's so true.
The bravery of like being in the music industry is still just being like, fuck that. I'm gonna have a family. Like that's what I want. And just, you know, because it's so easy for us career women to just like push it and like wait and just, you know, because we're thinking like, oh, I probably shouldn't do it now. Maybe, oh, no, now's not a good time.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. And I was just at a point where I was like, no, now's the time. It's not a good time, but it's the time. And then it turned out to be the best time.
You know, I think I hear that kind of often, like this newfound confidence that mothers get. I think it is a bit of a fuck it attitude.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I know what pain is.
Yeah.
I know what I've been through. I know what sleepless nights really look like. Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna do
totally
what I
not.
want to do. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I truly, like, we're superhumans. You are legit a superhuman.
Mad.
You can grow another, It's just so powerful. But yeah, just, you know, when you unlock so many things about yourself too, and new perspectives. And I just feel like with all women now, I'm just like, we're all sisters. I'm just like, when I see other mothers too, I'm just like, well, you did that, girl. Like, amazing. Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see
So
you.
different.
We're like,
Yeah. Full on, like, which is really cool because I think my younger self was like way more competitive. I just think that as women, we often, you know, we're put up against each other a lot.
yeah.
And now it's just like, you can't do that to me at all. It's just not going to work, you know? It's like,
Do you feel like it's a massive kind of relief, like to just let go of all that stuff and just kind of,
focus on your own journey. It's like not having to think about all those external voices. It's like, no, it's just about me. Yeah.
Totally. But it's a funny thing because with parenting, I feel like you kind of do zoom out a lot as well. Like you kind of see the bigger picture and you have a different perspective, but you're also like completely engrossed in your own little world, like your own little family. And it's
crazy.
Yeah.
It's a strange thing.
Also, something I was going to ask you was about your voice. I think I remember, I think you were saying with Rahel maybe that your voice changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah. Tell us about
that. So I think, well, during the pregnancy, I noticed that it kind of like dropped like a couple of semitones. And I just felt like, you know, with as much or more and more as my belly was growing, I just felt like I didn't have the space to breathe, you know, the same way. And I'm very trained technically, so I'm used to using my whole body all the time when I sing, and vocal health has always been like super important to me. Always just done a lot of vocal work basically. So I did notice that my voice dropped a little bit, like became lower. But then once Alma was here, it changed again. I think that it's kind of back to what it was. Now it's more that I have to get back into the gym, and like because you also have to be like, you're kind of an athlete when you're a vocalist because you have to use so much of your body. So that's the only thing that I feel now, that I just have to like train that muscle again, because it's a muscle, you know. The chords.
Did you find, like, I'm just thinking now, like, because you're so in tune, you're probably someone who's so in tune with their body, and like, because the way you've been trained, like, did that help you during like birth in any way? Do you think?
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I was also very active. So like, I've been like regularly working out for probably since I was like early 20s. So I was very, I guess I had good, like, what do you call it? Like stamina or whatever. Just like ran a lot and whatever. But yeah, I remember the midwife, she was just like, whoa, you're really strong. And like, your breathing is really good. Yeah. Because initially with my, with Alma, I had planned a kind of natural birth, or like unmedicated birth in a program where you are unmedicated in the bathtub and kind of like
At home or?
not at home, but it's at the hospital, but they have their own department where it's like kind of where you can if you want to, but you have to write like a birth letter and everything. But I got accepted into that program, so I was really excited. And the people that were like, I had this beautiful, like great, like midwife slash doula lady that was kind of was supposed to, guide me through the whole thing. And then Alma was 12 days late, and so because she was late, they officially consider it like now after 42 weeks is like, okay, now it's a high risk. So they had to change me into the regular medical birth ward, but they still gave me the same room, and it was like everything is like renovated over there, and they had dim lights. It was still a really great experience. So even if I didn't get my preferred, bathtub birth, I had epidural, and she came within like 40 minutes.
Wow!
So,
oh my God!
Yeah, she came really fast. No, but it was because I was induced, and it was intense. It was.
Oh, so you had the epidural after the induction?
Yeah, I was basically screaming for the epidural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was interesting. So I don't know, but they say that when you are induced, the contractions feel a little bit more intense.
Yes, and they're faster.
Yeah, it was 3 minutes only between each, so it was like nonstop.
And you can see it. Could you see on the graph? It just goes up 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. It just stays there.
No, I was like breathing like crazy. I was just like trying my hardest to just breathe. And I did breathe for like the contraction started at 12 a.m. and she came at 6:50 in the morning.
Okay. That's quite quick.
That's really quick.
Yeah. So
amazing.
I mean, I don't know, but I guess
that's nice.
If to me it's all kind of like a blur, just breathing, and then until I was like, when can I get this freaking epidural? And they were like, not yet. You have to be like 3 centimeters or 4 centimeters. And then I just don't remember much. And then when I finally got the epidural, I fell asleep. I slept for like an hour, and then I woke up and she was coming, basically.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. That is amazing.
An amazing birth story.
Yeah. I know. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I love hearing about birth stories. It's like another one which we all go through such different experiences, but it's always so interesting hearing those different experiences.
Yeah, it was good overall.
And if you're happy to share, I wanted to know if you had planned your pregnancy and had you planned the time that you wanted to be a mother, because I think that's also really interesting, especially in the industry that we're in. It's very hard to plan when you are going to have a child because of touring and albums and all these things. So I'm interested to hear.
I had such difficult, like really tough years ahead of just the pregnancy. There were just so many things going on in my life, my private life, and I also felt like career-wise too, there were so many changes. There were risks, I guess, that I took as an artist, and things weren't really turning out the way that I was hoping it would, and suddenly it started to just feel like something was kind of like off, and I was just thinking, okay, what am I doing with my life? Like, should I still be doing music? And like, I had all these questions, and I did plan it. I was like, okay, 2023, because my tour in 2022 got canceled, and when that got canceled, it was just so crushing. I was like, oh man, I just released my album and I'm not even going on tour. I don't have any concerts lined up. And it was just like a lot of things that I think it was some miscommunication internally. And it was also just like, the music, I was just told the music wasn't necessarily hitting the fans the same way as before. So
that's hard.
I was it was tough to hear, and I was like, man, shit, okay, so what do? I gotta rethink a few things. And then I was just thinking, you know what, this is the year where I knew that I had some good gigs lined up. I was like, yeah, this is the time, because like I don't know when I'm gonna get these again. So yeah, we planned it, and it just first try really, and I was pregnant the same month that I happened to win like the music award. That I got a really nice music award, and then I went to Hong Kong, and then it was
what a great year.
It was a really
after all that, like
it was
exactly.
It was. I know that like the spirits were just like, here you go. It was just felt like such a reward from the higher powers.
I was gonna say that is like, that timing is, you know,
divine.
That's spiritual. It is divine, exactly.
It was very, very, very like the timing. And the crazy thing was, I had felt her presence a little bit before. I just felt like her. I felt like a child around my legs and my ankles.
Wow! Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Is that way.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
and she is very much that way. Like she's always just like by my legs and like wants to be held all the time. So, yeah.
Could you explain that a bit more? Was it in like your dreams, or was it when you're just like sitting and being still? Like what?
Yeah, it was like, for example, if I was like by the kitchen and like cooking or something, I would just kind of like, and like it was almost like an image that kind of like came to my head, like, and that's kind of how I interpreted being her. Like if it's something that pops into my head or a feeling, then I'm thinking like, oh yeah, that's probably her trying to come through, or because I believe that, you know, the little baby spirits are there in the ether, and then when you're ready, you know.
So true.
I agree.
It's true. And does Alma mean soul?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah, it means soul in Spanish and Portuguese. So her father is Dominican, from Dominican Republic, and my father is from Brazil. So in Portuguese and Spanish, it means soul.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Have you guys? Are you going to go to Brazil? Have you planned a trip to Brazil, or have you been?
Yeah, we were there in September when she was in my belly. Last year ago. Gosh, it's a year already. Oh my god. Yeah. So she was there. We were there in 2023, and then we are hoping to go next year at some point. Yeah, to see my grandma, because she really wants to meet her great granddaughter.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so special.
Yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully, we're hoping that 2025 can be a little bit of that traveling year, because this year we've just been in Norway the whole year really, and
I mean, it's a lot to travel with a child. So
I think so, especially with like the little sleep and stuff. It's just I don't think I would have gotten as much out of it, to be honest. So.
And I saw you do a couple, because you DJ as well.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And you've done a couple shows, or you've done a show?
Yeah, I've done some gigs here and there around in Oslo. And it's just something that I really enjoy. I'm not really good at it. I mean, I think the music personally is amazing.
I'm sure.
All the technical stuff is kind of like, could use some work, but it's just, I love it. I love being out and playing just loud music for people to dance. You know, I think it's a really like it's like kind of a hobby, that I like to.
How did you find that after kind of giving birth and being in those early days of the newborn phase? How was it going back out and playing for you?
It was good. I think sometimes it's like it's easy to get so safe in your home and your cocoon that, you know, on the way there it's just like, you know, I'm sitting on my phone looking at pictures of her and just like, like Jesus, I just left her. But it was fun. And Oslo is so small, you know. It's like I think it's like 700,000 people here. So
it's tiny.
It's really small. So it's like it takes 30 minutes to go to, you know, from where I live to the main center.
Okay, so it's actually really close. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like this crazy shift, really. And then there's so many people with kids around. It's a very kid-friendly place. I think.
Yeah. Can you tell us about what it's like to have a family in a place like Oslo? Because we've never spoken to anyone about Oslo life as a mum.
I think it's honestly, we are super privileged, just everyone in Norway really. And I've learned so much through, the WhatsApp group that Helena and I are into. The little things that I wasn't aware of really, and I think that there's really, really great what should you say, not options, but I think
it seems like they really care about mothers and children. Like it's a massive part, under like as it actually is, but they understand how important it is to make spaces for women and children.
There are I guess there's not as many sort of like cultural things to take your children to or kids to, but it's still very friendly in terms of like walking around or going to a cafe or taking public transportation or just the healthcare and little playgrounds outside. Like we do have a lot of those things. And I've really appreciated the healthcare system here in Norway. My husband is from New York, so at one point we were living there and then decided to come here.
Yeah, that would be very different.
Yeah, that was kind of on a whim too. It was like right before the pandemic, we were just like, all right, let's just try, because I was going to do some touring and then the pandemic hit. So
and then you stayed.
Yeah, and then we moved from New York here.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
So, but no, it's, and also after my sort of unplanned, like the situation with the birth as well, like how the medical birth was it was just lovely. Like I had a great experience, and I was very scared. I was like, oh no, because you read so many things, and like other places can be very much like a factory. You have a baby and it's just like, okay, you are sent home, a few hours later or whatever. But here it's like you get to stay for 4 days in like a postpartum ward basically.
Wow.
Where you have nurses 24/7 on the clock that they can come help you with breastfeeding.
And that's just standard. You always stay in 4 days, and you'll have like support.
Yes, and you're fed, you get food.
Is it good food as well?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I would say it's pretty, like, honestly, when you have had birth, you just want like that hearty, like, like the it's like meatballs and very like Norwegian food. But then they had some like Indian curries and like threw little and they had like a fridge that's stocked, and you can go and have yogurts and whatever you want every day. And
so I'm like, my UK self is like, what?
No, we're so privileged. We're so privileged, and the littlest things that obviously people, depending on your circumstances, there's things that you feel could always be better, or you start to complain about things. But like in the grand scheme of things, it's lovely, and it's one of the reasons why we are just like, wow, we couldn't really see ourselves anywhere else than Norway. Kindergarten is free. It's lovely.
Amazing.
Yeah, so childcare is free, so kindergarten's free.
Kindergarten, you pay like £200, but you get food, and that's a month.
It's a month?
Yeah, it's a month.
Whoa.
Don't you pay that a day in
I think it's
the
like
UK?
120 a day or something like that, a day.
Yeah,
something.
in New York too, it's like $2,000 a month per baby, per child.
Wow.
And it's just like, you don't really go outside. And that's another thing. It's so green. We have green everywhere. And I realized, I always thought I was like a city girl. And my husband's he's like, girl, no, you are a country girl. Like, stop acting like you're a city person. Like, you're not. I'm just like, yeah, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not. So I don't know.
Is it snowing now in Norway though?
It was, but now it's melted away. But it's going to snow this weekend.
And then does it stay quite cold for like a long period of time?
It's been up and down. It's been like 7 degrees and then -1 and then 7 and then...
That's like us as well. It's not too dissimilar.
Yeah, and then I think it's going to get colder now, and then it gets really cold in like end of December, January. But it's cool to also be able to actually start being grateful for things that I took for granted through Alma. Because I've been that girl my whole life, just like running away and just like, no, I'm not gonna, I want to be over there. I want to be in New York. I want to be, which I still kind of do, but it's also like I have to do, there's so many ways of doing music now, and
Yeah. You feel a bit more grounded in where you are and who you are.
Yeah, I do. Never
And
run
so
away from it, but
when you start touring again, will you, like, what's your plan around that with being a mother? Like, will you go, because I mean, I've been entertaining the idea of a live show, which I guess would be a similar type of touring to someone like an artist like yourself, where you do you do a couple of weeks and then, or how does it work? Yeah. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, I feel like I haven't, to be honest, in my career, I feel like I haven't gotten to that place where I've had like let's say 15 dates in a row where you just play. Because it's either been pandemic, or
true.
it's been low ticket sales for whatever reason, or it's been like the aftermath of the pandemic, or it's been, it's just, I've never been there. I've always done like one show here, one show there, and then maybe like 4 shows max in a row, or 5. But I feel still like I'm just like, I haven't really had that like run that a lot of artists do. So I think that would probably be the best way to try to get as many dates close to each other, so that I can, I don't know, maybe bring her. My husband's pretty he has been very flexible, like work-wise. So previously he's been able to come with me. He's also a photographer. And
that's nice. Does he work with you as well? Do you do?
Yeah. We've worked a lot together.
Amazing.
So I've been very lucky to have like a person, like a personal videographer and photographer.
Yes, that's so good, especially for like all the pics with the baby as well. You got really good photos.
He's been there. She's been so supportive my entire these past like 6 years, 5 years. But I don't know, I guess I'll have to see how I would do it with Alma and stuff,
because it's such a logistical kind of thing.
Puzzle.
Yeah,
it is,
like with the baby, and I don't know, and then just wondering, like, when people expand their families and have like 2 or 3 kids, it's like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm trying to like do the touring now, so that if I have another one, I'm like, man,
you can just chill.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I keep on saying, I'm like, I need my hot girl summer. I just need one.
I know, just like
just give me one summer where I can just go and have a party. I'm not breastfeeding. I'm not pregnant.
I know, you don't have to worry about any of those things.
You know what I mean? Just give me one summer. That's what I'm asking for.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you made me really excited about next summer.
Exactly. Hopefully I'll see we'll see you at festivals.
Gosh, that would be fun.
But the next stage for you is getting back into the studio and kind of
getting back
spending.
To the studio.
I know, I'm so excited for you, just to spend that time in there.
And it'll be my first time as an independent as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, there's like basically, it's just a blank canvas at this moment, which is, I definitely think it's like a divine thing. It's been giving me all kinds of like, whoa, emotions, but I think it's, cool to see where it's gonna lead to.
Lots of change, but good change.
Lots of change,
Yeah. That's motherhood as well. Change constantly. Constant change all the time.
So true.
Wow, I'm very excited for the next part of your journey.
Yeah, just seeing what comes out of this period of writing for you, and like like what have you got? Have you got some ideas about what you might wanna... I think like in terms of, you mean like musically, like musically,
I do like to write like, what would you say, like thematically, or I like to kind of create stories around my projects. And I realize that all of them are kind of tied to each other. I feel like Cleo was like the adolescence kind of part, like coming into like, like maturing, and then Harvest Time was more of like a introspection, or like a rebirth, and then Morpho was like the butterfly, was kind of a transformation. And now that I'm on the other side of motherhood, I feel like a completely different person. So I think it'll be something along the line of change, but
matrescence,
matrescence,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
That's a term that I've used a lot around this project. So
wow, I'm so excited to hear.
I know, me too.
Or for you to create.
I see this time it's like white. The color that I'm getting is like white. So it's gonna be in there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
That is
yeah.
so exciting.
Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you so much. Yeah. We got the scoop.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I mean, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it can be so chaotic trying to fit things in when
this
you
is so fun.
have a baby. So it means a lot to us that you took the time.
And it's funny because I was feeling the same way. I was like, oh, I want to talk to mutual moms, like moms in this field. And then I got an email to like, hey, do you guys want to be? I
Yes.
was like, oh, that's so fun.
Look, the powers of be there at work.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a final word and like give some advice or something, or like, I don't know, do you want to say a little bit about anything about motherhood? And I don't know, there's no pressure as well. But
I guess the only thing that comes to my mind is just like plan for the unexpected.
yes
That's kind of what
perfect.
Yeah. So,
Yes. Plan for the unexpected because it's going to happen.
yeah, just plan for the unexpected.
That's all you can plan for.
Plan, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's really nothing
Love
else
it.
to plan.